Welcome back to Anime Death Spiral, the only anime podcast that wants to be more than your senpai. I'm Nate. I'm here once again with Remy. Remy, have you been watching anime?
Well, let me tell you what. After a truly embarrassing amount of hours that I will not reveal in Zelda, I have completed the game. I have rolled credits. I have rolled post-credit scene.
Oh, okay.
It is done. It is behind me. And so I went back and I have been binging anime.
Okay, well now actually we're gonna stop talking about anime. We're gonna go back to Zelda and we're gonna play a little game that I call How Long Did Remy Play Tears of the Kingdom For? I think that you clocked in at 187 hours.
Oh, honey.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh. I appreciate that. It makes me feel good that you think so highly of me.
Okay,
but no.
All right. Am I cold? Am I way under? Way over?
You are way under.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. Second guess, double or nothing. I'm going to say 233 hours.
That's closer.
It's still under?
That is definitely closer. You are still under.
Oh, no. All right. How many hours are you clocked in yet?
Can we just leave it at that?
We're not going anywhere until you tell me what you've been wasting your life on.
Oh boy. Well, you know what it is. It's Zelda, obviously. Tears of the Kingdom, the game where you fight little freaks with giant mechs.
I like referring to the bokoblins as little freaks.
Yeah. There's moblins everywhere. You're destroying them with hand cannons and laser beams. You set them on fire. You drown them. You launch them into the sky. It's just truly brutal shit. Much more than Breath of the Wild. I mean, Link is just merciless in this game. It's kind of upsetting. Obviously I'm dissociating. It's Link. It wasn't me doing those things. It was Link.
Yeah, no, it was him. It wasn't me. You were only following orders.
Look, I was observing. I don't know the exact numbers, but it is probably around 300 hours.
All right.
You happy now? You happy now?
No, that actually legitimately, that really made me feel better about myself.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. I'm glad you appreciate this gift I've given you.
All right.
No regrets. Probably the best game ever made.
I don't want to get into that. That's a topic for a different podcast.
I don't think there's really an argument to be made against it, so...
I don't think that anything can be the best ever. That's my personal philosophy, so...
Well, you're wrong. Anyway, I finished it. I rolled credits. I rolled after credits. It absolutely brought tears to my eyes. I was very, very emotional. So emotional, in fact, that I had to immediately distract myself by, reading a shit ton of anime.
Oh, good. Perfect. That's what I like to hear.
Yes. I'm back on the train.
Okay, what did you rebound with off of Tears of the Kingdom?
Frankly, I have so many things I want to talk to you about. I'm gonna rebound that to you.
Okay, all right. I have obviously.
What have you gotten into?
Of the two of us, I obviously have a much lower consumption rate for this stuff than you. I'm not making
burn rate.
I know. I'm not making any excuses about that. Like a fine sommelier, I like to savor the taste of the things that I watch.
So what do you got?
What I got is an anime that came out 2 years ago that I haven't seen anybody talk about. Odd Taxi. Have you watched Odd Taxi?
Yes, I've watched Odd Taxi. Actually, you know what? I don't think I watched the last 2 episodes, but
okay. Then we're more or less on equal ground here. I watched maybe the first 7 or 8 episodes last night with my wife, and I was blown away that no one has described this to me yet as Chinatown by way of Sanrio characters. So for those of you unfamiliar, Odd Taxi is I don't know. I've heard people...
It's furry noir.
Yeah, it's furry noir. It's, these, like Agretsuko, the cast is made up of these cute anthropomorphic animal characters, and everything is through the lens of the protagonist, Odokawa, who is the titular odd taxi driver. He's kind of like a weird, insular dude, drives a taxi, obviously, and like his thing is that he has what some would call a perfect memory. He recognizes every face, basically, that's ever been in his cab, and so that becomes a major factor in the plot of the show, which is kind of like this interlooping like connection of various stories, different characters that all revolve around a missing girl, a missing teenager that everyone's trying to find or is tied to in some way.
What a classic setup.
I know. It's a lot of people described it as like Pulp Fiction-like, but I don't really see it like that because...
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
Who fucking said that?
A lot of online discourse were calling it Tarantino-esque or comparing it to Pulp Fiction.
No. What?
Yeah.
No, it is not Tarantino-esque.
Well, no. For one, it never says the N-word.
There's far less racism.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not that much.
I mean, I'm not going to say there's no racism. I also haven't seen the end, so I don't know exactly where it's going, but I have some ideas. So this is going to be, for the most part, a spoiler-free discussion. But there's a lot of stuff that I really like about it. I have this theory that everyone being an animal is like, we are literally seeing the show through the eyes of the main character, Odokawa, and that's just like how he identifies people, which I think is really interesting.
That's an interesting read. I like that. I don't think that necessarily has to be a quote-unquote proven within a show for it to be a legitimate read. I think that's a cool idea. I like that read a lot. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. The reason I think that is because they bring it up a lot that Odokawa in particular, has like this almost supernatural ability to recognize faces, like out of a crowd, and they call attention to it a lot. And when you're viewing it as a viewer, and each character is a very distinct, unique kind of like animal design. Odokawa is a walrus. The main, I don't know if he's an antagonist or just a fellow non-protagonist, I guess you would say. But there's a baboon character named Dobu that has like a very distinctive design. One of Odokawa's good friends is he's some kind of monkey, but they do a bit where they have a bunch of people look at a picture of him and say like, that guy looks too generic, I don't know who he is. But to us, like as an audience who's only seen him depicted as that one specific type of animal, like
you're screaming at the screen.
Yeah, basically. So that's my theory.
That's obviously a baboon.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I will say, in that reading, that is decidedly more racist.
I know, right?
That reading definitely ups the racism content. Seeing his best friend as literally a gorilla is not a good look, I gotta say. Not great.
A gorilla who's a doctor whose name is Goriki.
Yeah, I don't know. I still like the idea of that reading, but I think the thing is that as that reading would apply, those are really interesting shorthands for like people's personality types, right?
Well, that's what you're
really
primed to think as an audience when you look at this type of stuff, you know,
Yeah.
like Agretsuko, where it's like that's the whole point of the show is that whatever animal the character is presenting as is supposed to be a direct representation of their personality traits and who they are as a character, right?
Oh yeah.
You know, like
Well, I was gonna say before, we've talked endlessly about how much we like Trigger, and this is basically the more serious, dour version of BNA, basically.
yeah, yes. I still haven't watched BNA. I want to. You know, I love me
so
some
good.
Trigger.
It's very good.
love me some Trigger.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And it does the same thing. Yeah, except obviously in BNA they are explicitly animal people. I mean, they don't make any bones about that. But there is a whole mystery component, and there are animal people looking into these murders and stuff. Very, very cool show. This is like such a drier, more adult, more dour take on it. It makes it feel incredibly unique in the modern anime landscape. It's really cool. I really like it.
It's, you know, I am a sucker personally just for a good like noir detective style story. I love them.
Sure.
They're great. And add in, you know, have it take place in modern day Tokyo, which, by the way, they have an episode where they're in Shinjuku on Halloween, and several different factions are using that as like cover to get around. I really liked that. I thought that was fun.
Cool.
Tarantino-esque, I would say it's not. You know, going back to the original thread here. Like you say, it's not overly focused on like shock violence or just being vulgar in general. Which, you know, sorry Tarantino fans, but that is his shtick.
Well, and he is an absurdist, you know.
Yeah.
He might not think of him that way, but his work is comic booky and absurdism running together. Even some of the later stuff where he's quote unquote try to be more serious, it still runs into that stuff, and which makes it so ironic that the world of like anthropomorphized animal people is a more realistic and grounded take on than anything Tarantino has ever done. It's just really baffling that anyone would make that comparison.
Yeah.
Like you said, Chinatown is much better. I mean, you know, something like The Big Sleep, right, would be much more accurate.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
some
definitely.
of the actual classics, you know.
Uh-huh.
The Maltese Falcon, you know.
A little bit. There's not really a MacGuffin that they're trying to get at throughout the series. You know, it's more like Otokawa just gets caught up in this gangster shit haphazardly by way of the fact that he's a cab driver and he interacts with a lot of different people. What I will say,
he's an unfortunate guy.
What I will say is that this show is actually a much better murder mystery centered around the idol industry than Oshinoko is.
Oh, you know what? I hadn't put that together, but that is absolutely true.
Right?
Absolutely true. Yes.
Again, I haven't finished the series. I've watched about a little over half of it. And the central mystery is around this missing high school girl who was known to be part of this idol act.
Yeah, and she was one of the underground idols, right?
Yeah, which, by the way, we could do a whole discussion about the whole underground idol thing.
Oh my god.
Because that is bizarre to me that there is an entire pocket industry for like indie pop stars. Like, does that even make sense to you? Like, going to
so insane.
An indie concert for, like, an unknown Britney Spears, like?
Yeah, I'm actually, like, kind of an edgier, more punk version of those, like, sellout idols that you see on TV.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, we're more raw.
Well, we're the people's idol.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
I would highly recommend checking out Odd Taxi. It's a hell of a ride. I'm enjoying it so far. And like they said, forget it, Remy. It's Shinjuku Town.
The two walruses.
Yep. Oh, double callback, people. We got it in there.
Wow. We got it in there. I really love a sad sack.
Yeah.
Gotta love a sad sack. Okay. What else? Did you get into anything else, or did Odd Taxi take up all your time?
No, that was recent. The other manga that I've been getting into, well, I shouldn't say getting into because it is already canceled. It is a finished thing. Was a little manga that came out between 2008 and 2015 called Teppu, which is a fighting manga about a high school girl who joins her school's Brazilian jiu-jitsu team and her struggles to be the top Brazilian jiu-jitsu martial artist in her area.
There can't be that many Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioners in any given neighborhood in Japan. I'm sorry. It's very hard to believe.
Okay, well, no, first of all, one interesting angle I think that took my interest about the whole, an interesting angle that took my interest. I have a large vocabulary. One thing that I really liked about this story is that she got into MMA because she was already like into her school's karate team and found the scoring system of karate, of like organized karate tournaments. Oh God, I'm all over the place today. I should get my brain checked. Tournaments. Yeah, she's like, wow, this doesn't actually represent what it really means to be in a fight. I need something.
How the fuck would she know?
Well, no. As you would expect from a fighting manga protagonist in a manga centered around Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Bajillion.
Okay, this chick is picking fights around the neighborhood.
Well, okay, so she's
a delinquent.
She's not a delinquent. Part of her whole character is that she, for one, is very tall with long limbs. As you would say, she has good wingspan, right?
Yeah.
And so her family, as you would expect in a manga like this, owns a dojo, a karate dojo that she grew up in. With her older brother, who also does karate. Like, her thing is that she's like kind of the super cold, analytical, kind of like Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes type, if you know what I mean.
Oh God, yeah.
And because of her total lack of a social presence, she didn't make many friends growing up. And due to that, she realized that the only form of communication that she had with people was learning how to fight, which I think is an interesting angle, because that's not usually the direction you take with the protagonist. Normally, your protagonist is going to be like the, super ambitious, somewhat naive, I guess I'll just say Naruto type, right?
Sure.
And so she's, so first of all, I'm interested because we're starting the protagonist as the Sasuke instead of the Naruto. And she really only knows how to solve interpersonal issues by challenging people to karate fights.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make her many friends. And the start of the series is centered around her meeting with kind of her rival for the series, who ends up being more of like a dual protagonist, who is that like super vibrant Naruto type. And that girl is going around school promoting, she's trying to get, like, she's really into Brazilian jiu-jitsu and is trying to get a MMA club off the ground at their high school. And so she asks the main girl to join, and that's how they meet and kind of form their friendship/rivalry, and how our main girl gets into Brazilian jiu-jitsu over karate. And I just think that's fun. The unfortunate thing is that it did get canceled after 39 chapters with no major resolution to the series. They were kind of setting up this big conflict with her brother as the main villain. because
Right.
her brother, despite being older, was also like way smaller and weaker than her. And so she would always like come in and fight his fights for him, which fostered this huge feeling of resentment from him over the years. And so,
oh no,
yeah. And so when he finally learns how to fight for his own, he goes straight to the evil side.
Right, yeah, because he's
He's like, I don't want to rely on my sister anymore. I want to beat up my bullies myself. Oh no, I'm a bully myself now.
Oh no, male fragility.
Yep.
Oh no, strikes again. Wow, what a big baby.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was really fun. I really appreciated that so much of the focus on her narrative was around the fighting itself, because it is like that type of manga where obviously the author had an idea centered around a specific subject, in this case, Brazilian martial arts, and did a ton of research and was just like, all right, well, how can I write this thing into the manga? And so every fight is littered with like page breaks where they pause the entire narrative for the author to, non-diegetically explain to you why that specific throw that she was doing was the correct one to do in that situation, or explain the physics of why she was able to do that trip against her opponent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes, of course I know what you mean. This happens quite a lot. The manga artist who loves to just insert paragraphs. Yeah. I've read a lot of Hunter x Hunter. I'm very used to that.
So that's basically the gist of the manga. It had a real strong start, and then got canceled after releasing 39 chapters between 2008 and 2015.
Yeah.
So obviously the author just, I don't know. I'd have to do some research into their personal history, but it sounds like, as is common for many people in this industry, they overwork themselves to the point of not caring anymore.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? You never know with these things.
Anyway, check it out if you like girls with six packs, is all I was going to say.
You were telling me about that, and it does remind me actually of another very early cancellation of a series called Neru, Way of the Martial Artist.
I've also heard of that one.
Yes.
Worst title, I'm just going to say.
It's not good. I mean, it's way too bland. And in fact, I think what people said at the time was it was canceled because it was not particularly innovative or creative in any way, which I kind of disagree with. I thought it was really fun, but it is about basically the polar opposite of that character, except for the fact that they are very good at like immediately discerning new martial arts moves and stuff just from watching people. Mm-hmm. It is funny, though, because this character is essentially illiterate.
Oh, like Goku.
He doesn't know how to read.
Okay. I'm sorry. That's actually a detail I forgot to mention. Like, in addition to her like super analytical nature, like that's her thing, is that she can memorize people's martial arts moves like after seeing them once. That's like a big thing in the manga.
Yes, and in Neru, the way he learns martial arts at first is because his grandpa basically sketches out little cartoons of moves.
Oh, like
and he looks at the cartoons.
Okay, you say that, and it instantly reminds me of the upgrade system in Sekiro, where whenever you get a new like a ninja martial arts move, it has a little cartoon like pictograph of the character doing those moves. Yes,
it's very cool. The thing about Nehru is like he's basically like headhunted by a mysterious girl who's like, I need you to like come to this like martial arts high school, and he basically fails out of the entrance exam because he doesn't know how to read.
Well, no, I sympathize with that because I also don't know how to read.
I know. I thought you'd really be interested in this because you share so much. Yeah, but, because he's so good, obviously he does get it to, like, force his way in. It was a shame seeing it canceled. I do kind of agree. There was no plot, essentially. He was just going to martial arts high school. It also reminded me of an extremely popular and uncanceled manga called Holy Land. This is a pretty well-known martial arts manga about, again, a third type of guy, if you can believe it.
Another type of guy?
Yeah, he's a wimpy crybaby, is the main character.
Oh, he's just like me for real.
Yeah, who shuts himself away in his room in like the first year of high school because, I don't know, he was getting bullied or something. He had some kind of undiagnosed severe depression. And he like gets bored of video games within like the first week. And so he doesn't know what to do with his time. So he goes and he checks out like a book about punching from the library for no reason, really, just on a whim. And he gets really good at a left jab. Just that.
Okay, he does the equivalent to, like in Rurouni Kenshin, when they're only shown practicing downward strike.
Yes, you practice downward strike and then you become a master.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't, because this is kind of the fun part, is he finally starts leaving his room because he realizes at some point he has to put his left jab into action just to prove that he wasn't wasting his time. And kind of he is subconsciously, he's looking to get his ass kicked a little bit.
Sure.
But he's a little crybaby, and he starts like roaming around his kind of downtown around the arcades and stuff at night. And he occasionally like just picks a fight with like a bully.
Okay, well, I mean,
just random dudes.
This guy sounds like a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit. That's one of the weird things about the manga, is he's not a really good guy. He is sympathetic in his portrayal because we like pity him. And he doesn't really have like super bad intentions. But like the manga opens with him like bumping into a guy in the bathroom, and the guy in the bathroom's like, "Dude, I'm gonna fuck you up for bumping into me while I was like pissing at the urinal. I've got piss on my shoes. You scuffed my sneakers, dog."
Step on my barbecue, dog.
Yeah, and the guy squares up with him, and he's like, "I'm gonna kick your ass. You're like 3 feet shorter than me." And he throws a perfect left jab, and just fucks this guy's whole face up.
I mean, you can kill people with a well-placed left
jab.
Yeah.
And the thing about Holy Land is like it's into that. It's into the idea that like a single punch can just fuck someone up and potentially kill them. And it gets super technical with street fighting. And I guess that's kind of the twist, is that he runs into more and more people who are like better and better at street fighting, and it's not dojo fighting. It's not shonen fighting. It's dudes getting into fights on concrete and like smashing each other into fucking bricks and shit, and really, really hurting each other.
Like they get into it. They make it uncomfortable.
They make it really uncomfortable. It looks like it hurts. And the author, again, gets extraordinarily technical with these street fighting moves and the Street Fighter culture in general, which is sort of goes like, damn, what was this dude's youth like? He seems to know a hell of a lot about like getting stabbed by a switchblade for some reason. It's really fucked up.
Hey, he grew up on the streets, dog.
Yeah, but the kid ends up getting better and better, and he picks up moves from other guys, but he does get like fully like fucked up a lot as he fights like actual real people. He fights a sumo guy at some point, and just like the sumo guy turns out to, hey, a sumo guy who doesn't really care about the rules of sumo fighting you on a fucking concrete road can kill you. He can just fucking kill you by pushing your face into the fucking street. That'll kill you.
Does it ever fuck you up that a concept like that couldn't exist in American comics because like someone would just show up to that fight with a gun?
Yeah. That reminds me. So Holy Land is really interesting. It's interesting. It's Way of the Martial Arts. Nehru Way of the Martial Arts is worth reading because it's beautiful. The art is really great. Holy Land is worth reading. Not that the art is not that great. It's serviceable, but the technicality of all the fighting and the kind of the novelty of the main character and the street fighting in general is really cool and interesting. But that does remind me. There's a shonen series I'm reading right now called Gachi Akuta that I'm going to talk about at some point. It's truly, truly exceptionally beautifully drawn. But there was a fight recently in that where two characters are pretty evenly matched, and they're doing like insane fucking moves against each other with like all kinds of different like magical things happening.
Oh, hell yeah, I love it.
And yeah, and the fight breaks off, you know, in one of those points where they're both like panting heavily, and they're like, damn, we're pretty evenly matched. And then one of the characters pulls out a fucking gun and shoots the other one. The other character's like, hey, you can't fucking do that. We're in a shonen manga. And she's like, I don't fucking care. This was taking too long. Blat, blat, blat. Which was one of the most
Indiana
incredible
Jones.
things I've... Yeah, she Indiana Jones.
Oh, that is a callback to the beginning of the episode, by the way. I hope you all appreciate that.
Damn, this guy's good. One of the most incredible things that you can do in a manga, I have to say. I'm really begging people to consider doing that more often.
What does it say
really,
that so
really
many shonen manga out there that feature like, you know, a team of people with unique powers? Like one person's power is just they have a gun.
Yeah, it's incredible. And you know what? Gun beats punching
every time,
100% of the time.
Yeah.
It's
people.
a good strategy.
I don't know what you tell yourself at night when you're going to sleep to believe this, but guns win every time.
Look, in terms of coolness factor, personally, I like the punching. I think it looks cool. I think it's like a more interesting way to like fuck somebody up. But look, we got to get real here. Shooting a guy, that's going to end the fight.
By the way, can we acknowledge that in Persona 3, when you shoot yourself in the head to go to the spirit realm, that is objectively funny?
It's objectively funny. It's also cool as hell.
Very cool,
it's so cool.
Very funny, very legal.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. That was one of the most disappointing things about Persona 4 is you do not shoot yourself in the head.
Zero suicide. Do not recommend, people.
There's a lot less suicidal imagery in Persona 4 than there is in 3, and that's why I'm so excited about the remake. We're going to get back into it. Hell yeah.
You know, I heard that remake is just a port of the PSP version, so I wouldn't get too excited.
Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows? PSP version's probably still better than playing the original. I tried to play the original a little while ago, and it's clunky. Can
I go on a very short tangent here and say that when my first year of college...
Hold on, I didn't say whether you can or not.
Oh, okay, can I?
Okay, I give you permission.
All right, thank you. My first year of college, I was living in the dorms, and I had burned through all of the games, all of the PS2 games that I brought with me from home. And so I haphazardly decided, like, all right, I'll go to the local GameStop and trade in a bunch of the games that I'm not playing anymore to get something new.
You got ripped off, dog.
Well, yeah, first of all, any transaction that you do at GameStop these days or ever is a ripoff. Sorry, folks.
They fucking got you, dude. They got you so bad.
Oh, they got me real bad. I don't even want to get into that. That is a whole other story. But I will say that I traded in Brave Fencer Musashi and God of War 1 and actually no, excuse me, God of War 2 and
the better one.
Yeah, the better one. And maybe I want to say Final Fantasy 12, the hard case edition. They give me back like, I don't know, $18 in store credit. So
Jesus Christ,
fuck
man.
James.
Oh my god.
Fuck James Stop. By the way, fuck James Stop.
Fuck GameStop. Fuck your stock manipulation. Fuck all that shit. Let it die.
But I did use that credit to pick up a used copy of Persona 3. Went back to my dorm room, popped it in, played the first half hour to an hour maybe, and we're like, oh man, I fucking wasted my money.
Oh no.
Because I did not understand that you had to balance the social and like grindy aspects of the game. So I would be like, "Oh fuck, I don't want to do grindy ass shit in the other world every night. I'm going to go try and romance this chick." Anyway, the school year ended with me not completing the first boss in the game. And I blame GameStop.
You can't fuck yourself in those games pretty bad. I completely relate, especially because I prefer the school stuff way more than the dungeon grinding shit.
Anyway, shooting yourself in the head to go to the other world to battle Pokemon is very funny and cool. That's all I'll say.
Yes. Okay. Look, I got a bunch of shit I want to burn through here. I want to talk about my recents. So I'm gonna shift gears real quick here.
Okay. All right. Shifting gears.
I'm not asking you for permission. I'm just gonna go into it.
Okay.
Look, we've got some stuff, so I'm just gonna go. Okay.
I'm not giving you any restrictions. Just go into it.
I'm going into it. Check this shit out. I read, among many other things, Futari Switch. Do you know this?
No. Tell me about Futari Switch.
Okay, check this out. We talked a lot about Inside Mari on a previous episode, and I mentioned a couple other Body Switch manga, which there are a couple really good ones. I think I mentioned the one about solving the kid's dead sister murder, which I really liked. I liked that one a lot. This one is more of a complete absurdist comedy. Boy and girl, they're childhood friends.
Osono Najimi.
Sure.
It means childhood friend.
Okay, fucking nerd. Jesus Christ, this weak shit. So they both have crushes like on each other's best friends, basically, you know. It's kind of that setup, and they're sort of kind of trying to get each other like to hook up, but it's a little awkward. They're both kind of awkward. So one day my man's is chilling in his room with his best friend. They're goofing off, playing Catan.
Wow, really?
They really like playing
with
Catan.
Like the board game Settlers of Catan.
Yes, the board game Catan.
Oh my god, I want to give these people a swirly already.
The main character is really good at Catan. It's part of his personality.
I hate this dude.
Well, check this shit out. Okay, so the chick lives next door to him, and she's trying to sneak over the balcony to like get a better view of them. And she's holding a Goya. Do you know what a Goya is?
Is it some kind of squash?
It is.
Oh,
it's like some kind of pickled gourd thing. I'm really not familiar at all. So I really don't know what the fuck this thing is. I only picked that up from context clues. They assume you know. She's carrying this thing due to...
a Goya, a bitter melon. Yes, I know what these are.
A Goya, sure, yes. She has one due to...
you see, you were pronouncing it like Goya, the Mexican canned food brand.
Yes, yes. Or the painter. Come on, let's bring a little fucking class to this
Okay,
shit.
fair enough.
Anyway, he spots her on the balcony, and he goes out to like say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing? You're making this super weird for me." And she trips. He tries to catch her, doesn't pull it off. They're falling like 11 stories, and right before they die, a bunch of magic just comes out of the Goya, and they switch bodies. Allowing them somehow to survive the 11-story fall. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would have been a short story if they switch bodies and then die anyway.
Yeah, that would be a very strange first chapter. I'd still be into it, though.
I would be more into it.
Yeah. They switch bodies and they're ghosts? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, they are not ghosts. They are, in fact... deeply traumatized by this, and to the point where they don't think they're even like in reality, so they start doing like weird shit. Right off the bat, I really like this series because their friendship is like really sincere, and it's not ever like, oh, maybe it's romantic. They're genuinely friends and genuinely like platonic friends. In fact, like the first thing they do is like they go take a bath together to like figure out what this shit is. and like get over the awkwardness of like touching each other's bodies. Which is
okay.
It's fun. It's a good idea, honestly, because hey, you're gonna have to touch each other's bodies, right?
I mean, okay, well, I mean,
you got to go to the bathroom at some point.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. That's not what I was envisioning when you first said touching each other's bodies. But yeah. No. Okay. Yes.
They're
I see
in
what you're
each
saying.
other's bodies. Yeah. And in fact.
But are they touching each other in each other's bodies?
No, they are not touching each other.
Okay.
They're touching the bodies they are inhabiting.
All right.
And in fact, there's a really. This is so juvenile, and I have to stress, like,
okay,
hold on, the comedy beats.
Is it juvenile? Because I feel like that is just human instinct. Is there anyone who, upon finding that they have been body switched for a limited time, or maybe an unlimited time, they wouldn't like go that route? That's not unfeasible.
Well, I mean, I would. Obviously.
Everyone would. Everyone would.
What I mean by juvenile is like one of the first times I laughed out loud. I lolled. The girl inside the boy's body is coerced into using a urinal, and she does not know how to do it. Now, this might be part of like the wow, they didn't really get a great like sex education in Japan type thing,
which they don't.
But she immediately loses control, as you can imagine.
We got a fire hose situation here.
She literally has a fire hose situation and pisses all over herself, all over the bathroom, all over his best friend, and which is like a pretty standard thing. It's very funny. The way it's drawn is very funny, and the art also is incredibly impeccable. Like way better than it needs to be for this kind of like gag comic. What makes this comic unique, I think, is that after that this happens, she appears in the classroom and approaches her girlfriends, and they're like, "Why'd you switch into your jersey? Did you like piss yourself?" And she very constantly goes, "Yes, I was in the bathroom and I pissed all over myself." And they're like, "Haha, you're so funny." And he's like, "Yeah, it was funny. It was really funny. I pissed on him too." And his friend goes, "Ha ha ha, he did." And it's like, and suddenly she becomes incredibly popular. She makes him so popular from like just that is like it's very good. It goes in so many different directions that you wouldn't expect. It takes the same jokes you would see in a lower brow version of this concept and elevates them to something genuinely hilarious that I really like it.
Well,
I think
I always really
well
appreciate
done.
that particular thing, no matter what the subject is. If you can make a legitimately unfunny core of a joke funny, like that's good. That's good writing.
Yes. You just have to you approach it from a different angle, right? That's really what you got to do. Another thing I appreciate, and this is just a small thing, the girls mostly wear boxer briefs.
You know what? That's not the first thing that I've heard that come up in.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with an anime? I'm not sure if it's a manga. I'm pretty sure it's a manga called Akiba Maid War, I think. Something like that.
I think maybe. Maybe.
Premises in the title, obviously. It takes place in a world where varying maid cafes have like full-on gang territory wars with each other, right?
Great. Yeah.
It's kind of in the same vein as like the Licorice Recoil, or other like cute girls doing John Wick violence.
Hideo Kojima's favorite anime.
Yeah, exactly. Hell yeah. Kojima Sensei, he knows what's up.
Oh yeah, he knows what's up.
But
okay, so the maids wear boxer briefs.
Well, they do a whole bit in one of the episodes where one of the maids admits to wearing boxer briefs because they're more comfortable and easy to do like kung fu moves in, even though it's not part of their uniform, which specifies what kind of underwear they're supposed to wear.
Right, that's really weird.
Yeah, really weird.
I just find it's just a nice touch. It's a breath of fresh air. It's like why wouldn't you? Boxer briefs are fucking cool and good. I'm a huge boxer
what was
briefs
the
fan.
Kaguya-sama, which is the first time that I've brought this show up on this podcast. They have that really funny bit about how only man sluts wear boxer briefs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Hey, no comment.
Yeah.
Moving on. Okay. There's a couple. I won't talk too much about this. I read a gag comic. It's just a series of like short chapters, like 3-4 chapters. It's sort of like a sex comedy thing called Oshimai, and this is in a similar vein. It's short sex comedy chapters, but they always take the joke in a direction you would not expect.
Okay, so
I really appreciate it as well.
Not to be confused with Onimai, Now I'm Your Sister.
Absolutely not. Nothing like that. It's really funny. It's really funny and cute, and it's got one of the best artist comics, insert comics things that I've ever seen, where the artist is getting into bed with his wife, and they're like, "Okay, good night," and they turn off the light, and they lie there, and he's wide awake, and his wife goes, "Can you draw normal manga?" And he doesn't respond, and he just stares up at the moon through the window. It's a really good.
Whoa,
it's a really
I'm
good
just
bit.
imagining that scene from the first Harry Potter movie where he's like staring out his dorm room at the moon. It's like, man, can't you just draw normal manga?
Yeah, can't you please? Okay, it's a good one. It's a good comedy. Okay, next. I read Go Go Loser Ranger, Sentai Daishikaku. Now, this has been running for a while. I think we're almost up to 100 chapters. We're getting there. I really like this one. This starts off as a kind of a very broad Super Sentai pastiche, Power Rangers parody, basically, where, like, we have invaders of Earth, right? And every Sunday they fight the 5 Super Sentai Rangers in a big arena, and this is sort of presented to us as like they're really actually fighting these alien guys, but it's become so routine that like people show up and watch, and it's like there's sponsors and advertisers and stuff.
Okay, all right.
It's just fun, and we get the first taste we get of these like henchmen. They reveal that the Sentai Rangers obliterated all the actual bad guys a long time ago and basically enslaved the henchman race in order to like prolong these battles so that they can be celebrities and like get lots of
that's
brand
meaty.
deals and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. And these guys they're pretty wimpy. They have the ability to change their appearance, and so each week they choose one of the nameless henchmen to turn into like a big lion guy, or you know the random like Power Ranger villain
They
of
just
the week.
they turn a mook into the big monster of the week.
Yes, they come down. They allow the Sentai Rangers to just kick the shit out of them, and they're incredibly weak. Right, they're just henchmen. They can't really fight. In fact, when you hit them too hard, they just turn to dust.
I mean,
and like float away.
The linchpin of all these Sentai shows is having a good villain, right? Not everybody can have a Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers fans out there.
Yeah. And one henchman D.
Oh yeah, love the D. I love that D.
Yeah, henchman D. That's my boy right there.
Oh yeah.
When the story starts, he is embittered. He feels humiliated and diminished as a person. He feels, rightly so, that these Rangers are killing them over and over again, and it's perverse. And his pride is shattered, and he can't take it anymore. Right.
Right.
And now this initiates what I would describe as something similar to The Boys.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of mixed feelings about The Boys.
I know. Now, this is it's a superficial comparison, I will say. That we go in a lot of very different directions.
So what is he? Is like he's a henchman, and his whole thing is trying to take down supers while being non-super powered?
Yes. He, in one of the fights, after they're supposed to be defeated, he decides, like, he gets back up and tries to fight again, and they're like, hey, you're just a henchman. What the fuck do you think you're doing? And he's like, I'm sick of this. You kill me every week. I can't take this anymore. And so they just blast him into dust. But instead of drifting back into their fortress, he shapeshifts into a little boy and runs away.
Okay.
And begins plotting how to infiltrate the Rangers to get his revenge. And this is really fucking cool. The way that this proceeds is, I assure you, not the way you would expect. It begins an exploration of, like, what does it mean to, like, want to conquer the world once you've begun exploring what that world is actually like, you know, and tasting what it's like to have a more normal life, and to meet people that aren't trying to kill you and, like, have sympathy for you, and what it's like to have a goal and, like, people to protect and all this stuff. It's really, really cool and interesting. I really like it. I think we are now at a point where there are certain clashes where obviously the character is very confused because they develop feelings and friendships and a new perspective on the world, and they've changed as a person, right? And so they're very confused. But I feel like as their character's confusion has grown, maybe the author's confusion has grown about, like, where this story is supposed to go. But I still think it is a great ride. There's some really good art. There's some really great gags. It's fun and it's emotional and it's interesting. It's really, really fucking cool. It's very cool. Yeah. Go Loser Ranger. I fucking love you.
I'm into it. That sounds awesome. Sounds kind of like
really great.
It's giving me, the way you describe it is giving me the same vibes as a lot of the better parts of Venture Brothers on Adult Swim that I like. Which does a lot of the same, like, humanizing the background, like, henchman characters and giving them their own motivations and personalities. Exactly. Yeah, that sounds cool. I like that.
Yes, I really like it. Check it out.
All right, I will.
Okay. Now I've got a kind of a run here, and this is, let's say it's the this is the Squishy Love block.
Sure.
In a general sense, I'm gonna run through these pretty quick.
Okay. All right.
We've got. Okay, check this shit out. We've got Tiger Won't Eat Dragon Yet. This is a fun comic.
Now, is that title literal?
Yes, it is very literal. In a world devoid of humans, it's not really important. It's sort of like, you know, it's just consider we're out in nature. There's a dragon who is pretty young dragon, and he's hunting along the ground, and a big white tiger jumps out and fucking catches his leg and just gets his fucking leg, pulls him down to the ground, and is just gonna, like, rip out its throat. But the dragon appears as a little guy, and he goes, "Hey, I'm just a little guy.
Hey, I'm just a little guy.
Don't kill me. I'm a little guy. Hey, it's my birthday. You wouldn't eat a guy on his birthday, right?" And the tiger goes, "Oh, okay.
All right."
Drags the dragon back to her cave, and kind of keeps him there for a while.
Hot.
Yeah. It's cool, and they are both, and all the animals in the story, and there are other animals, surprise, surprise, sort of have this, like, pseudo-anthropomorphization thing going on, where they are literally the animals, but they are occasionally depicted as, like, people. And, you know, she's, like, she's sort of like a fat titty lady, but she's really interesting, and their dynamic becomes interesting, where the dragon is sort of he's playful and a little sadistic and a little kind of trickstery, and the tiger is very sincere, and, like, you know, very simple, and doesn't really understand that they're, like, developing kind of these interesting feelings for each other. And the story evolves from there. You know, these two predators that should be at each other's throats begin developing a very unnatural relationship in a dog eat dog world, right?
Sure.
It's simple premise. It's fantastic. The art's fantastic. It goes in weird directions.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's legitimately good. Now we've got a gross one. This one's called Name with a period at the end for some reason.
Oh no, I already feel skeeved out.
Yeah. Okay, we enter Name. The main character is just been confessed to by the girl of his dreams, and he gets together with her, and they're beginning this beautiful relationship.
All right.
What the girl doesn't know is that the boy is being paid by another girl so that she can lick his sweat after class.
Well, I don't see anything abnormal about that. You didn't do that in high school?
She is into his sweat. I don't know what it is about the sweat.
So she's not... This is just a third party that says, I don't care that you're dating this other girl. I want to pay you to let me lick your sweat.
Yes, in fact, she is pretty sadistic in that she likes torturing him in threatening him to expose their relationship to his girlfriend. And she, the sweat licking is the weird part, but there is also definitely like a sadomasochism going on here where she likes dominating him.
Right. Well, I mean, is there a reason that he's not a piece of shit? Because he could just say no.
He is mentally dominated. Like, he is under her control. Also, she does the thing. This is so fucking hard. She goes so hard. When she finishes like licking his sweat, she fucking tosses him like a bunch of crumpled up dollar bills and is like, "Here, clean yourself up, dollar." It's so fucking hard. It goes so hard. She is so fucking fucked up. This is a really weird one. Now you could imagine a world where this goes in like a Mysterious Girlfriend X direction.
I'm in love with her.
But it's more evil than that. It is definitely a lot more evil. It's weird. It's a weird one. I picked this one up kind of at random, and it's I don't know. It's bending my brain in some unhealthy ways.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on to something much better. I read something called Bathroom Goo-Wah.
Okay. Well, now this already gives me red flags. What's this one about?
Now, I know this is a title that should have been the last one, but in fact, this one is an extraordinarily beautifully well-drawn, extremely imaginatively paneled short story collection with true, like, literary aspirations. This is like a legitimate piece of art. This is short stories set in summer about love and lost love and meaningful connections between people. And it's really, really beautiful. There's a touch of like magical realism in each story, but this is like legitimate art.
Oh, well, okay. I mean, you're already off to a bad start
with
me because I cannot relate to like whimsy or human emotions in general.
Yeah, too much emotional honesty and you kind of shut down. I know. This one might not be for you, but for other people, like this is something that is we talk a lot about some trash. Look, there's a lot of trash out there. We're not going to make bones about it. A lot
it's
of the
funny
trash,
you bring that up because I recently
like.
read an interesting statistic that half, like 50% of all anime ever produced was made after 2010. And if you know how much anime is out there, like, it's not surprising that so much of it is trash.
Oh boy, that is a very sad statistic.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say Bathroom Goo-Wah is never going to get an anime because it's like God. Smart and emotionally interesting and adult, and it has complications to it. And it's really, really fantastic in a way that almost 99% of the stuff we talk about here is not. It is like really good. I cannot stress that enough. Okay, Last Summer Vacation. This is a short story about two girls who find themselves in a very precarious situation. One girl is sort of a misfit loner. The other girl is like the class Madonna. She's the perfect girl, right?
Right.
Our main character is more of the loner girl, the dark loner girl. She drinks vodka out of a water bottle in class. She lives alone because her parents abandoned her. She's like does not like people, but she is weirdly attracted to this perfect girl. And one day she goes over to the perfect girl's house. It's the last day of class. She's forgotten something in class, so our vodka swilling girl is going over to deliver it to her. And she decides to take a shortcut through the park. In the park, she happens to stumble upon a Honda Scion.
Oh, hell yeah, baby!
The blocky cars. You remember those block cars?
Scion.
It was a Scion, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember those cars.
Yeah.
They had the weird little like back passenger window that was like a wraparound window.
Yes, and in fact, that window. Now that window, she looks at the car and she doesn't notice at first, but that window is covered in bloody handprints.
Oh shit! And
out steps our perfect girl, who notices our imperfect girl almost immediately and walks over and goes like, "Hey, what's up, my dude? What's going on?" Now, this could go very dark, but in fact, it kind of enters a very cute-ish, borderline dark cute. This is sort of like the Gap Moe thing we were talking about. Their relationship develops in a positive way from there. She decides that she's going to shield this girl from the cops. Mm-hmm. And they kind of go on like a Thelma and Louise thing. And it ends up in a very Thelma and Louise direction. And it's really well done. It's a very short story. Both of the girls develop in interesting ways. There's complications there. They're not what they seem. I really liked it. This is just a short kind of summer love story.
Okay, I'm into that.
With some really great dark shit in it.
Totally unrelated, but now that you bring up Thelma and Louise, I've been cooking up. I'll bring it up maybe after I give it some more thought, but Thelma and Louise isekai, wouldn't that be something?
You mean like after they drive off the cliff?
Yeah, they drive off the cliff, and then instead of, dying in a bloody explosion at the bottom of the Grand Canyon, they get to go to a fantastical fantasy world where they're the saviors.
That's dope.
I love that.
Love to see it. Love to see it.
Susan Sarandon, hit me
okay,
up.
All right. Next one. This is more trash.
All right.
My girlfriend gives me goosebumps.
She gives me goosebumps too, bud.
This is a character who apparently when he was a kid, the beginning of Antichrist happens to him. He fucking crawls out a window and like falls and
what a
splats
dumbass
on the ground. Yeah.
Man, babies are stupid.
Babies are dumb as fuck, dude. But he survives, and apparently that was such an adrenaline rush to him as a baby that he becomes like addicted to like fear and suspense.
Okay, all right.
And his life becomes pretty boring to him because he's constantly trying to find things that are scarier and weirder. To like get his heart going.
He's an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah, a little bit, but more than that, it's like more kind of a fear thing because he's not like doing bungee jumping or whatever. He's going to haunted houses at night and stuff like that. And one day he bumps into a girl, and it's a very inconsequential thing. This girl's friend is like cursing her out, mm-hmm. and he kind of helps her out.
Sure.
And they don't even exchange, names or whatever. He just goes on his way. A year later, he's entered high school. This girl is in his class.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and she's like, into him, and he can kind of tell. And he's like not really that interested in a relationship. Because, it's not scary enough, right? Mm-hmm. Until after school that day, he bumps into the friend that was cursing the girl out. And she says, "I need to talk to you."
Okay, all right.
They walk away to like a park so that they can talk in secret. And the girl goes, "That chick, she's a fucking psycho. Like, that chick took over my life and basically like emotionally enslaved me, and the only way I could get out of it was like becoming so aggressive with her that she left me alone. Do not get involved with her. She will ruin your life." And this fucking flips a switch in the boy.
No, this
He's
gives
like,
him an instant boner, doesn't it?
Yes, he's like, hell yes, dog. He tells her straight to her face, he's like, "Oh, I am into that."
Oh, wow, it's funny that you brought up my specific fetish.
Yeah, and it's good thing he does, too, because basically he turns around and she's watching him from behind a tree, like full on. And he, they go to talk, and he's like, "Listen, I have, like, some I have some serious feelings for you. I think we should just get together. And she's like, cool, because actually, like, to tell the truth, I have been stalking you for like the last year. I know where you live. I know the names of your parents and family. I've been in your room. I transferred to this school specifically to be with you. And this is all like cranking him up, man. He is so into it. He's like, I don't know if this girl's going to kill me, but I want to find out. And he goes for it, man. He goes for it. And I got to give it up. I respect that. I respect it.
You know what? You got to go for it when you're into it. That's a given.
And it progresses from there. And I really like it.
I assume that this can only end with him dying at her hand.
We shall see. We shall see. You know what? I don't think she wants to kill him. Seems like she just wants to be his girlfriend right now. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see. I'm into that. I'm into it.
Okay. We've got... two more.
Yeah.
We've got Baina. Now, in the bathroom guwa way, this is also like an actual true piece of art. This is set in, I think, early 1800s Japan. It's about a male prostitute who is recently lost his brother to disease. He's being mistreated, basically like beaten and raped every night by this horrible man.
Sounds fun.
And one day it's intense. And one day they bring like a creature back with them, and they're intending to like show it off in like a freak circus. And he discovers, they tell him, hey, you got to take care of this thing. And he discovers it's not like a creature. It's like a guy. It's just a guy.
It's just a guy.
Yeah, who's obviously been rough living. He's like, hair down to his ankles. He can't really talk. He communicates mostly by growling. Mm-hmm. They keep a fucking bit in his mouth and everything. And he develops, sympathy for this guy. And as you can imagine, one day he finally gets the nerve to escape, and they run off together. And this kind of begins a romance between them that's really fraught because this guy's, our main character, is carrying a lot of guilt about the way his brother died of illness and his complete inability to take care of him, and living essentially in poverty his whole life, and not knowing if he can help this person at all. There's an interesting twist where everybody calls this kind of feral guy an oni, right?
An ogre.
Yeah, and he does have a big like divot in his forehead. So we're kind of like, what's going on there? Mm-hmm. And it proceeds in a very kind of fraught, emotionally intense love story between these two guys, set against this backdrop of let's say a very anti-homosexual setting, as you can imagine. Life is very rough for them, but like coming together and supporting each other like gives them the will to live, right?
Right.
It's that kind of story.
That sounds interesting.
It is really, really great.
Well, it's we don't talk a lot, or I don't think we've ever talked about like boys love, like yaoi stuff before.
I've mentioned some, like Hikaru ga Shindanatsu, which is one of my favorite comics right now, is a BL. This one is a lot more intense. It is like this is an adult sass comic.
I have to be honest, like I am still just now getting over a lot of my more juvenile like high school inclinations about reading boys love stuff, but there's some good stuff out there. Like I've seen some stuff. Descendants of Darkness was one of the early ones that kind of got me into the genre. So I'm interested in talking about this and reading into it more.
This is really, really great. It's it's hard to even say this is your typical BL, because this really is like an exploration about two characters discovering themselves and their love, saving each other from an extremely harsh world. And it is treated not like a trash romance comics.
Well,
this is treated very, very real.
Trying to get at is like a lot of the feeling with these stuff is that it comes off as like, fetishizing homosexuality in a way. I don't think it's
Yes.
I don't think it's uncommon knowledge within the anime community that boys love stuff is mostly marketed towards and sold to a like straight female populace.
Yes, we would the quote unquote fujoshi.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so when you have like an actual interesting romance and story to tell, without leaning too much into fetishizing it, I really appreciate that when it comes up, because it doesn't come up often.
Yeah, this is more Brokeback Mountain than it is Given.
All right. Yeah, put it in American terms for me.
Yeah. Okay, that is again.
Wait, no, work a baseball reference in there. I am straight.
Go Giants. So that one's like, again, truly beautiful, an actual piece of art. Feels weird to even like read something like that after this entire fucking list I've been talking about. There's one more, and this is not quite the same, but in a kind of more on that side than it is the other. I read one called Super Baby.
Love the title.
Yeah, this is not Boss Baby, it's Super Baby, okay? It's a different thing.
And this is not Baby Geniuses.
Not Baby Geniuses. No, nobody's really a genius in this story.
Is anybody a baby?
Only in an emotional way, I have to say.
I'm not sure if that's better or worse.
Our main character is a Gyaru girl.
Okay.
And this is unlike a lot of manga and anime, this is really sympathetic to the Gyaru girl. It gives her a lot of internality without trying to make excuses about the Gyaru stereotype. It's not trying to be like, oh, she's not like those other girls. She is unapologetically a Gyaru girl, and it explores that in like, hey, these are real people, and look at all the really interesting ways that this person lives their life and chooses to live that way because it makes them happy.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
and
that's
I
like a
really,
recurring
really
theme in a lot
that.
of these types of manga is that, be the person that makes you happy to be, right?
Yes. And she is, notably, the characters in this manga are all adults. They are like actual adults.
Oh, God, I
like,
love that!
I know, real jobs and shit. She is an adult-ass adult.
This is instantly going to the top of my read list.
Yes, in fact, there's a part one of her mini conflicts is that she's kind of despairing because now that she's more professional in her life and she's getting older, she feels like a kind of pressure to tone down her Gyaru into something that's a little more manageable for everyday life. She still goes fucking full on, but
sure.
You gotta kind of adult it up a little bit at some point in your life.
For those confused here, Gyaru is kind of like I don't know, it's like a whole permutation of the Valley Girl aesthetic. Would you agree with that?
No, I would say it is much more. It's almost like female drag. But
yeah, actually, that's a good way to put it. It's women doing female drag.
Yeah. It's a whole subculture. It's very interesting.
Exaggerated makeup,
yes.
Big loud outfits, kind of like doing the whole fashionista thing.
Yes, they're often very tanned.
Yeah.
They very heavy. The double eyelid tape.
I would say
lots
that it's
of
kind
eyelashes,
of like the modern
huge hair,
the modern evolution of like the '90s Ganguro girl.
Yeah, it is. And there's even sort of like an aspect of like 70s hippie in it a little bit.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what we're talking about.
Yes, and there is a really, really great sequence where we actually follow her panel for panel through her entire like routine, which I thought was really great. So she's portrayed very sympathetically, which I really, really like because a lot of times when Gyaru are evoked, it is let me not mince words, deeply misogynistic.
You think?
Yeah. Yeah, manga is not good with depicting women who are confident about themselves in their own presentation.
Well, it depends on the author, obviously, but there's a fine line between representing it authentically to the like social and fashion movement and just writing a character as like a dumb bimbo type, right?
Yes, exactly. And this is a very authentic take on that character. And she is, the main character, and we're following her, and she falls in love sort of almost on a whim with a very plain guy who works at her favorite grocery store.
Why is it always the super plain guys?
In this way, I think it's because she's dated like a sequence of like very stereotypical assholes, and I think subconsciously for her this is like escaping from a cycle of bad relationships. And he's cute, and they have a cute there's a very good meet cute early on, and that's what kicks it off. And she like very aggressively courts him, and he is like very intimidated by her, so it takes them a while to get together, but their relationship is really, really refreshing in terms of like, our rom-com heap. They have a very honest way of interacting with each other. He's a little more than what he seems on the outside, He has more internality than we usually get from a rom-com character. There is something really, really great, about adults dating.
Well, yeah, and I can't state that enough. I really like that the story is about really adults.
Like yes, and B, a woman who is not shy about what she wants and is like completely willing to go out of her way to get it. It's really refreshing. Well, it's really great. Super Baby, fantastic.
When you were describing this to me the other day, the first thing that came to mind is that it was giving me Legally Blonde vibes.
Yes, I do think there is a little bit of a Legally Blonde vibe to it.
Well, yeah, it's about a confident professional woman who knows what she wants to be and how she wants to present herself, and getting ahead. Right?
Yes, and very intensely defying the stereotypes that people are constantly applying to her. Yes.
I love that. I want to see more of that.
I love it too. I love her. I love the comic. I'm really, really into the whole thing. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was it? That was all the stuff that you've been reading?
Pretty much. I got one more, but we'll talk about that in a second.
All right, let's take a break, and then we'll get back into it for the final segment.
Oh boy. All right. So listen, I didn't just read a truly disgusting amount of manga recently. I also watched some things. Now, we talked a lot about the opening of the summer season, and when we get a few more of the current shows under our belt, I do want to talk about like what's worth watching, what's trash. I would like to get there, but we might do that. This has already gone way too long.
It's gone a little too long.
I do want to mention, gone a little too long. I did watch, don't know why, please don't ask me, but I did watch Fate Strange Fake.
My judgment of you is infinite and disappointed.
Yes, I have a strange history with Fate. Almost in spite of myself, I did end up watching like more than a few of these anime adaptations. I really can't tell you why. It's like it's a mental illness. Just straight up.
Your brain is broken, and there's nothing you can do about it, so you may as well embrace it.
I mean, I wouldn't be watching and reading this much anime if my brain wasn't broken. So what I wanted to do, I'm proposing it's not a game, it's more of a trap. I've laid a trap for you.
Oh, okay. This is a Jigsaw style, like, do you want to play a game kind of
Yes.
thing.
Do you want to play a game?
I do. I really do.
Great, because this is going to have high stakes. Now, if you're not familiar, Fate series is about characters summoning real historical figures to do anime battles against each other. That's really it. There's not too much more.
I can't envision that being in poor taste in any way. That seems like the perfect anime.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fantastic. And you would not believe the breadth and depth from which they pull, especially in the gacha version of this. Oh, my God.
Well, hey, first of all my money is already going to horse girls, so don't try and get me on another gacha game.
Basically, what I'm going to do is we have groups here from each anime. Mm-hmm. I'm going to give you some of them, and I'm going to mix in a handful of the very few historical figures who have not appeared in Fate. And you're going to have to guess which ones do not belong. And I will give you bonus points if you can decide which ones have been gender bent or not, because that is a big part of the show, is turning these historical figures into cute anime girls. Now, obviously the most famous one is King Arthur appears quite a lot in all of these series.
As you would expect.
King Arthur, yes, is a cute anime girl. So that's going to be our free spot.
Okay. Oh, you set up like a bingo style thing?
No, I mean, it's just, that's the one everybody knows.
All right,
I can't give you that. I thought we would go even a level deeper, and I would tell you, because they summon as classes.
Oh.
King Arthur is a cute anime girl, and she is referred to as Saber because she belongs to the Saber class, for example. But I'm not going to get too deep.
I find that reductive and insulting.
Well, a super weird aspect of the Fate series is that they never refer to them as their name, only as their class.
Wait, so they summon in the spirits of these like amazing historical figures and then do not refer to them by name?
I mean, it happens because rules get broken all the time in this series, but they're not supposed to.
Okay, all right, that doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Let's get on with it.
I know it's
the show's running long weird, already. Man. Let's get this over with.
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna break this down. Now I have to tell you there is a punishment to this game.
Oh no! What are the stakes?
I think you can already guess. If you fail to get the fake ones, you are gonna have to watch the series that they come from.
Oh, you can't put that on me. In addition to the summer lineup,
I'm putting it on you. I'm putting it on you, my friend.
Ah, shit. Sorry. Okay, all right.
That's how we play the game.
Okay, all right, you kaiju motherfucker. Let's do this.
We're going to do this shit. All right. I'm going to just jump right into it. The first one, the famous one, the OG, Fate Stay Night. If you are familiar with the series, I'm not breaking it down based on roots, okay? So we're not doing Infinite Blade Works or whatever the fuck.
All right.
This is just overall.
Oh, well, thank God.
We already know King Arthur is a cute anime girl, so I'm taking that off the list. Now I'm going to list them. Are you ready?
Yeah, just give it to me.
All right.
Let's get this over with, game man.
We have summoned our heroes to battle. First in the lineup, Merlin. That's right. Merlin has been summoned.
Okay.
Second in the lineup, we have summoned Hercules. Third up, we've got the famous Irish hero that we all know, Cú Chulainn. Fourth up, from the famous historical epic of India, Parvati. Fifth up, the famed Greek hero, Aristotle. Sixth up, the famed hero, Bedivere. And one final, the famed hero, Gilgamesh.
Okay, all right. Merlin, Cú Chulainn, Medusa, Bedivere, Aristotle, Parvati, and Gilgamesh. All right. Well, okay, Gilgamesh is absolutely a character because we know that's already in the Japanese pop culture, like, zeitgeist because of the famous, metal band Gilgamesh, as made famous by the meme.
Yeah. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Real cool guy.
Merlin, absolutely a character. There's no way they're not going to be that basic. So that's out.
Yeah, he's dope.
Medusa, I think, is 100% a character in this anime because she already has like a built-in shonen power with her stone vision. Aristotle? I'm going to say yes, just because manga likes seeming smarter than it actually is.
They love that
which
shit.
is Aristotle's whole thing.
This show loves pretending it's super smart,
Yeah.
I have to say. That is a clue.
Bedivere? Yes, because you said that King Arthur is like a major part of this whole series, and there's no way they're not including the rest of the Round Table. So I think that Bedivere is absolutely a character, and that leaves Parvati and Cuchulainn as the outliers. I say they're the fakes. They're the fakes.
All right, well, I will say I only put one fake in here.
You said two.
Do you want to?
You said two fakes.
I put one fake in this one because the first show has surprisingly little heroes.
Okay, well, you lied to me. You said two fakes. If there's only one, then I think it's Parvati because the Japanese are really racist against Indians.
Oh, that is a good one. Okay, and do you want to, for the bonus point, do you want to guess if any of these characters are gender bent?
Ooh, okay. Merlin, 100% gender bent. That is a girl character.
I'm not saying if any of them are. I'm just saying you can throw it out there for bonus points.
Yes, no, I'm saying Merlin for sure. I'm also gonna say Gilgamesh, along with Bedivere.
Who, I'm sorry to say, none of these are gender bent.
God damn it!
And in fact, the fake one is Aristotle.
What?
Parvati, the wife of Shiva, the Hindu god, is in fact a summonable hero in the first season, the famous Fate's Day Night. Oh no, Aristotle! No, he's a fake.
Oh, no. Shit! I botched that one.
Oh man. Okay. Well, you know what? You get a bit of a clue there. All right. Now we're going to move on to Fate Zero.
Oh, shit. There's multiple
Fate
rounds.
Zero.
This is a tournament.
Yeah, that's right. Fate Zero. The good one. So, I don't know. Well,
wait, who says that? Who says this is the good one? Where are you getting that from?
Me. I like that one. I think that one is the good one. All right. We are going to go into it. Ready? All right. Now, Fate Zero is a slightly smaller list again, but I will put two fakes in here. Let's see. I did 7 for the last one, so I'll do 7 for this one.
Okay.
How's that sound?
All right. So you don't fucking gaslight me this time. There's two fakes.
Right. There are two fakes.
Okay.
Now, this is a prequel series. In case that gives you any clues or whatever.
It doesn't. To be honest, I smoked weed instead of going to my college history class.
That is very unfortunate. Though I will tell you, if you had just smoked weed and played video games, you probably would have gotten a better history lesson than most schools will offer. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, give it to me.
I'll type these in. All right, number 1.
Give it to me,
a
buddy
hero
daddy.
is summoned. The infamous Gilles de Rais.
What?
Number 1 hero.
Okay.
We are summoning number 2 hero, the famous, not infamous, martyr, Jeanne d'Arc.
I don't know either of these people, either from fiction or reality.
You don't know who Joan of Arc is?
Oh, I thought you said John Dark.
Jeanne d'Arc.
Yes, Jeanne d'Arc.
Who is sometimes called John Dark by people who are trying to be clever with their alliterations.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I like it.
No, I don't like that either. If you don't know somebody, I will tell you. I'll try to give you the one-sentence summary of them.
Okay, all right.
Gilles de Rais is someone who fought alongside Jeanne d'Arc in her campaign against the English. He was later... I think he had his head cut off. They accused him of practicing dark magic, which, bad stuff.
Also, totally unoriginal ending for a lot of French revolutionaries.
It's not great. They don't have a great record. So that's a real. They're both real people. Okay.
All right.
In a similar vein, we're gonna kind of stick with the thing. Napoleon Bonaparte. Do you know who Napoleon is?
No, I've never heard of Napoleon Bonaparte.
Okay.
Or the Napoleonic Wars.
Yeah, he's a pretty famous French hero. So I thought I would throw 3 French.
Okay,
people
hold
at
on,
you
hold on.
right off the bat.
Do the French consider Napoleon a hero?
Well, he does have a lot of movies made about him. All right, let's switch gears here. The 4th hero is summoned, Enkidu, one of the most famous Mesopotamian gods.
Yeah, okay, all right.
We all know Enkidu.
Of course. Shaka when the walls fell.
All right, let's shift gears again. Number 5, Richard the Lionheart. Now, he's a piece of shit Englishman, so we've really kind of stretched back in the other direction.
As we've established on this show repeatedly, the English are fundamentally ridiculous people that you should not take seriously.
Yes, make what you will from that. All right, the 6th summoned hero appears. It's Zhu Lang, the famous Chinese hero.
Oh, yeah. No, we all learned about him in American history class.
Well, I learned about him, from, like, cool Chinese action movies and, like, video games and stuff.
Yeah, but you were a little weirdo that didn't have a good time in high school.
Well, it was ups and downs. All right. Let's see. That was 6. The 7th summoned hero
all right, last one.
is, of course, Iskandir. Are you familiar with Iskandir?
Not at all. Again, I went to an American high school.
He is sometimes called Alexander.
Oh, Alexander the Great? Is that who you're talking about?
The city of Alexandria is named after him.
Okay,
if
yeah.
That gives you a clue.
All right. Well, now that you've dumbed it down for me, of course I know who Alexander the fucking Great is.
Sorry, I'm not trying to trick you here.
No, okay. Of course not.
No, of course not. Our 8th hero from Fate Zero is Ishtar. Do you know who Ishtar is?
Yes. Mesopotamian god of love and war.
Yeah. The big titty lady.
Hey, I may not know how to read, but I did really like the pictures in Neil Gaiman's Sandman series.
Oh, is that where you? Okay, that makes sense. All right, I think that I gave you 8 heroes.
All right. Okay, all right. I'm gonna say that. I'm going to say Gilderay and... Oh, this is a tough one. There's 2. There's definitely 2.
I gave you 2, definitely.
Okay. All right, I'm going to say Gilderay and Zhu Lang. Everything else is totally plausible for showing up in this series. I've got to say.
I will say, obviously, I might be a little biased, but I have gone to great lengths to give you people who are all pretty likely to have appeared at some point.
Okay, so like Enkidu, I assume is in there because they already have Gilgamesh as a character. There's no way they're not pulling Richard the Lionheart or Alexander the Great. Maybe Ishtar is an outlier just because that is an explicitly fictional character. That is a god, not like an actual person.
There are occasional quote-unquote fictional characters
or
mythological characters.
That's what throws shade on the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, Merlin wasn't a real guy.
I'm going to say Enkidu is 100% a gender-bent character. As well as Richard the Lionheart, who's probably named like I don't know, Rukia Lionheart or something. I don't know.
Riku. Yeah. Riku-chan.
Yeah.
Okay, is that your final answer?
That's my final answers. Yes.
Okay, I'm so sorry. You came really close.
God damn it.
The correct fakes are Napoleon
and
Richard the Lionheart.
What?
Yeah, sorry. I know.
Okay,
I know.
well, first of all, that just proves that I am better at pulling characters for this series than the authors are.
I know. Hey, I'm giving it up. Now, you came really close because I did give you a point for Enkidu being gender bent, because Enkidu is kind of presented as like gender...
Like agender?
Yeah, kind of agendered a little bit. Non-binary-ish.
Okay.
But unfortunately, you did get 2 wrong there.
Damn.
So, Fate Zero. Hoo boy.
All right.
Oh, no.
Well.
Oh, no. All right. Now, here we go.
What else
here
you
we
got?
go. Fate Apocrypha. Ready?
Yeah, give it to me.
Now, it's funny because I do have to eliminate some because, like, Gilles de Rais is a real one and appears in Fate Apocrypha as well. So we do have to get rid of that. We've killed off that. Bedivere appears again for some reason. Bedivere, very popular.
Okay, well, sure. You know, all of the Knights of the Round Table are easy to pull from, right?
Yeah. Of course. Well, and like I said, King Arthur obviously is the mascot character of the
series,
of the entire series. Yeah. So we're gonna mix it up here a little bit. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Now this one has a couple more bizarre choices. So this one might be a little tougher.
All
right. You put down your summoning seal, and the first character that steps out is the famous hero of history, William Shakespeare.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. These are really cracking me up. These are really funny ones.
I'm imagining Shakespeare writing like a 15th century stage play of these stupid fucking anime battles.
Oh yeah, you know he has like magic paper powers.
Absolutely, like the chick from Read or Die, right?
Yeah. Okay, Hero 2 is summoned. Pope Innocent III steps out of the magic circle. Yes, the Pope who led the Children's Crusade. He steps away. He will fight for you in a death game battle royale. Okay, third hero, your hand lets go of the magic key, and Jack the Ripper appears in front of you.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't even need to debate about that one. That one's definitely real for sure.
Anime fucking has such a hard-on for Jack the Ripper, so that one really might be. I mean, that one might be an easy choice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Number 4. Who is being summoned? Who comes out of the Pokeball? It's Pancho Villa.
Oh no.
Do you know who Pancho Villa is?
Yes, okay, come on.
Okay.
Like, you know,
Okay,
I
don't know,
grew
I don't
up
know.
in California. Come on.
Yes, I don't know. I just want to give you the benefit of the doubt because I don't think everybody who watches the anime knows who Pancho Villa is.
Oh, well, you've given away an answer already to me, sir.
Well, maybe not. I'm just saying, I don't know if he appears in a lot of foreign history books. That's all I'm saying. You know, he's famous to us as Californians, but Fate does like to draw obscure characters from history. So,
oh man, I wish so bad that both Pancho Villa is in this series and that he is a cute anime girl.
oh man,
I want that so
I'm
bad.
not gonna give it away.
Okay.
Okay. Oh God, I'm crying. Sorry. Okay.
I've
number
reduced
4.
him to tears.
Yeah.
Do you hear it, folks? He's broken.
Number 5, a character that's gotten a lot of play over in our neck of the woods, the Greek hero, in quotes, Chiron steps from the summoning circle. Chiron.
Okay.
You're familiar with Chiron?
Oh, sure. I was totally one of those weird kids that like Greek mythology in middle school.
Yeah. You know, a pretty good pedigree. I mean, son of Titan, obviously. Mm-hmm. Kronos.
Oh yeah.
Had a sexy sea nymph as a mom.
You know, his siblings got eaten in that famous painting.
Yeah, that's right. He was chill though. He was one of the cool guys, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, here we go. In the same vein, number 6 steps Atalanta, famous Greek hero, Atalanta.
Oh, yeah.
Steps from the circle. Already a girl, so slots in pretty easy. Sexy anime girl, obviously. Atalanta. From the summoning circle, our 7th hero. Now this is, I hate to give you this one because it seems so obvious, but Spartacus.
Wait, no, hold on. Spartacus can't be there because I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus,
No,
dumbass.
I'm Spartacus, asshole.
Look, I don't want to fight about this, okay? Let's move on real quickly to our 8th final hero.
Mom, I wanted to be Spartacus.
Now, this is a legendary hero from the annals of history. The legendary hero steps forth. Frankenstein.
Wait, not Mary Shelley.
Okay, sorry. Frankenstein's monster. Okay, I'll narrow it down.
Okay.
This is Frankenstein's monster, all right?
Okay, but not like Mary Shelley or Percy Shelley, but the actual fictional character from her
No,
book.
we are the mythological hero, Frankenstein.
Wait, hero? What?
Yeah, you know, misunderstood tragic hero, of course.
Frankenstein's an anti-hero for sure.
Oh, man. I wish I could give you the classes, too, because I would love making up classes for all these characters.
Shit.
Okay.
Okay,
This is a really tough
which
bracket,
of the Fate
man.
series are these allegedly from?
These are from Fate Apocrypha.
Apocrypha. Okay. All right. I think that. Ooh. This is hard.
This is a tough
This
one.
is
I'm
really
sorry.
tough. Okay. I'm gonna say Spartacus and. Oh, it's too hard.
It's really hard. I'm sorry.
Okay, Spartacus and Pancho Villa, I'm gonna say, are the two non-characters.
Okay, and for the bonus point, can you choose? You can choose any of these as gender bents.
Okay, joke answer, William Shakespeare is a cute anime girl. Real answer, Frankenstein.
Okay, you can name as many as you want. I won't limit you to one.
Okay, well,
You can call any of these.
I mean, the chances are is that more of them were gender bent than not.
This had a few surprising gender bends, but that's what you're going with.
Yes, that's my final answer.
Oh man, you got through with the skin of your teeth because it was Pancho Villa and Pope Innocent III as the fakes.
Oh, okay.
And
I was gonna say Pope Innocent, but then you tricked me earlier when you said they like to pull obscure people.
They do. I left off some of the more obscure characters from this season, but you saved yourself because Frankenstein is a cute anime girl.
I knew
in
it.
this
I
season.
fucking called that shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
How could they not? How could they not make Frankenstein a cute anime girl?
I know. Oh man.
What is that manga that is actually about a cute Frankenstein anime girl?
Oh, you mean Frankenfran?
Yeah, Frankenfran.
I love Frankenfran.
Love me some Frankenfran back in the day.
Frankenfran, very cute anime girl.
Yeah.
She's got those weird arms. She's great.
I'd let her cut me
All
up.
right. We've got next one up.
There's a fourth round?
There are 2 more rounds to this.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, all right.
Hey, I'm cutting 2 of them together. I'm saving you.
All right, well,
here.
you know
Okay.
what? I don't care. I'm not the one editing this shit. Go hit me.
This one is going to be real weird. Now, here we go. All right.
All right.
First up. Oh, we've got another one who is maybe questionable on the hero status, but we have the famous Roman emperor, Nero. Nero steps into the ring.
Okay.
All right, number 2. This is also, I don't know. Maybe we've drifted away from the hero concept, but Elizabeth Bathory steps into the ring to slay some heroes. I don't know why, but Elizabeth Bathory,
Bloody
she
brilliant.
steps into the ring. Yes. kind of in a mirror match, we have a legendary hero, Marie Curie.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
She is a hero, though. More the hero than Elizabeth Bathory. You have to give it up.
Well, yeah. I think one of them was a scientist and the other was a mythical murderer.
She's pretty bad. I make no bones. I'm willing to step up to the plate and say Elizabeth Bathory, not a cool person. No, number 4, the concept of nursery rhymes steps into the ring.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I'm into that.
Yep,
I like that.
I know. It's going some places, right? Now,
That's
sort
meaty,
of,
brothy,
again, maybe
soupy question.
Yeah, now, again, maybe connecting back to the Elizabeth Bathory thing, we don't know that necessarily, but Vlad the Impaler makes his way into the ring.
Yep.
You know he had to show up.
Vlad Tepes.
Vlad, my man.
Yep.
My man.
As made
All
famous
right.
in Warren Ellis's Netflix's Castlevania.
Yes, exactly. Now, here's one that may be a little obscure. I don't know if you know this guy, but Bartolomeo Cristofori steps into the ring.
Wait, Bartolomeo or Bortolomeo?
Bartolomeo.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's Italian.
Okay.
You know that guy, right?
Well, my son is also named Bortolomeo.
Okay. He's a famous hero for his own reasons. 7th hero. He charges onto the scene. It's Lu Bu, everyone's favorite Dynasty Heroes pick.
Well, okay. First of all, no one likes a Lubu player.
Hey, come on. Lu Bu also making a great appearance in strangely a parallel series, Record of Ragnarok. Looking cool there.
I mean, let's just say
cool
that
horse fights.
That Record of Ragnarok is the cooler Fate series.
I gotta say, I like Record of Ragnarok a lot more than Fate, but let's not split hairs here. We're in the middle of the game.
Well, if you're gonna split hairs, I'm gonna fuck off.
Okay, it's piss off. Okay, I don't want to split hairs, but it is piss off. All right, and our final challenger, the much memed Leonidas.
Oh shit!
He was a king.
Okay. All right, 300. Zack Snyder. All right.
Yeah. Now those are 8 heroes, and 2 of them are fakes.
Shit. Okay.
Wow.
This is really hard.
This is a nice collection right here.
Yeah.
These are some weird ass people.
Okay. Just go through it one more time. Nero, Elizabeth Bathory, Marie Curie, the concept of nursery rhymes, Vlad the Impaler, Bartolomeo, Lu Bu, and Leonidas, made famous in Zack Snyder's 300.
Yes.
Okay. Shit. I'm going to say that the fake characters are Bartolomeo and... Oh, man, this is hard. I want to say Lu Bu just because, that's their, anti-pick for not seeming like, they're doing the obvious thing, right? We're not going to pick Lu Bu because that's the obvious choice.
Maybe.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's my...
I told you, this is a tough bracket.
This is really hard. I'm going to say, yeah, that's my say. And as for gender bent characters, Leonidas 100% is a cute anime girl. I'm going to say that Elizabeth Bathory is a cute anime boy.
Ooh, that's an interesting twist there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, I mean, it doesn't matter because I'm just giving you bonus points for those, but it only goes in the girl direction. That's a particular choice they made, but you can imagine why.
I can imagine so many reasons why.
Yes, exactly. Now, I'm so sorry, but the fakes were Bartolomeo. You got that one.
All right.
The other one was Marie Curie. I'm so sorry. Marie Curie did not make the cut.
That's stupid.
Did not make the cut.
Because that is so obvious to have Marie Curie with, a fucking atom gun or something.
I know, right? And I will say he's not on the list, but Tesla and Thomas Edison show up. So straight up misogyny there.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Now, the gender-bent character on this season is, of course, Nero. Nero is a cute anime girl.
I can't say that doesn't surprise me, but it is the least interesting choice.
I know. When I figured it out, it was disappointing, to say the least.
First of all, there are hundreds, if not millions, of DeviantArt pages with cute anime girl 300 characters out there.
I know, right?
I know because I contributed to more than a few.
All right. Now, this is going to be a tough one. I am, for simplicity's sake and time's sake, I am combining Fate Prototype and Fate Grand Order for this last one.
I'm going to pretend like I know the difference.
Okay. This is going to be a tough route, so prepare yourself, okay?
All right. I'm focusing my key.
All right. You flip to your favorite anime. It's Fate Grand Order. In this episode, our character is challenging some gross weirdo. The gross weirdo summons their hero. The hero is, of course, the Phantom of the Opera. Oh, man. I'm having so much fun with this.
Okay, all right, well, shit, this is our second Gerard Butler character showing up in here.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Gerard is all over this fucking thing. All right. The second hero to appear is, of course, the infamous Caligula.
Okay, well, hell yeah, and fuck yes, and I am here for it.
Oh, I wish I could do Frankenstein again. It's so funny that Frankenstein is in this shit. Now, making a more recent appearance in the canon, we have, of course, Florence Nightingale. The infamous hero Florence Nightingale.
Oh, yeah.
Red Cross, baby.
Made famous in those Skyrim games.
Also, I'm sure she appears in one of the Assassin's Creed games. Like, I'm sure of it.
Wait, do you kill Florence Nightingale in an Assassin's Creed game?
No, she's probably an assassin. No, she's probably a good guy.
Okay, first of all, they're cowards for not making an Assassin's Creed game set during the civil rights movement in the 1960s.
We're gonna get there. Well, let's do Assassin's Creed. Let's do another Assassin's Creed character.
Okay.
Famously Assassin's Creed character Leonardo da Vinci makes his appearance.
Oh, that Leonardo. Okay.
Yeah. We're going back and forth between some weird shit and some truly legendary heroes, and that's why, of course, the most legendary hero of all makes his appearance. Jesus Christ steps onto the scene, wielding his incredible cross sword.
Okay.
Truly devastating.
All right. You're really stretching me thin here, buddy.
Also makes an appearance in Ragnarok, Record of Ragnarok. So there's a crossover there. 5. Number 6. We have, of course, the legendary hero, Charles Darwin.
Okay, oh shit, all right. For a half second, I thought you were going to say Charles Manson.
Wouldn't that be so good? Well, I did say Jack the Ripper earlier.
Yeah, right? It's not out of the question.
It's not out of the question at all. I'm telling you, there are some weird-ass picks in here. I mean, I said 5 weird-ass picks already, so... Hey,
famous historical hero, Roman Polanski.
Well, in that vein, legendary hero
Steven Spielberg,
not racist at all. Geronimo.
Oh no.
Can
I just say, like, blanket statement, anime, please leave Native American aesthetics alone. Stop doing it.
Please stop doing that, please. Please stop doing that. Now, just as a bonus aside, I will say Billy the Kid also makes an appearance in a weird thing. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking.
Hold on. Is Billy the Kid an actual kid in that?
I don't know. I don't remember his appearance. He's one of the minor ones.
Goddamn. Okay.
And finally, one of the most legendary heroes of all time, Attila the Hun.
Oh, was that your WWE announcer voice?
That's actually my Monty Python reference voice.
Okay. All right. Phantom of the Opera, Caligula, Florence Nightingale, Leonard da Vinci, Jesus Christ, superstar.
He is a superstar.
Charles Darwin, Geronimo, and Attila the Hun.
What a great lineup. I mean, we are talking about some of the most famous people to have ever walked the earth.
Come on, Lisa. You'll eat what I eat.
You will kill what I kill.
Pillage who I pillage. Okay, all right.
All right, man. Oh, man.
And so there are still 2 fakes in this list?
If you can believe it, there are actually 2 of these characters don't make the cut.
Jesus. No, I think Jesus is
right?
actually one of them. Don't take that literally. Okay.
You don't think they have the guts?
No, I do think that Jesus is definitely a character in the Fate series. I'm saying don't take that as an answer. I'm going to say... boy. Okay. I'm going to say Geronimo, just because I really hope that character is not in this story.
We've seen a lot of anime Native Americans, not any good ones so far.
Well, neutral ones at best, I'll say.
I'll say there is a neutral one in Steel Ball Run, but that's all I'm going to say.
Well, Cowboy Bebop, too. I'm going to throw that in there.
Sure, okay.
What at the very least they could have been worse about it, but we're getting off topic. I'm still going to say Geronimo, despite the overwhelming evidence that Japanese people don't know how to do Native American representation, despite doing it anyway. I'm going to say they didn't do it here, and I'm going to say Florence Nightingale because they don't know who that is.
Okay, and you can choose any as gender bent.
Yeah.
You want to get that bonus.
Caligula, definitely gender bent.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Real answer, Caligula. Real answer, Attila the Hun is gender bent. And on top of that is a little girl. Attila the Hun confirmed for being a little girl.
Wow. Truly perverse.
And joke answer, Leonard da Vinci is gender bent.
Can't you? But you can see that so clearly in your mind, right?
Yeah, definitely.
The eccentric anime girl inventor. I mean, there's one in My Hero Academia.
Actually, no, I'm taking that back. Real answer, Leo da Vinci, gender bent anime girl. Joke answer, if they were brave, if they were truly visionary, they would make Jesus an anime girl.
Oh boy, I am so sorry to tell you. You were real close here, but Jesus Christ and Charles Darwin are the fakes.
What?
They are the fakes. You almost cleared it though, because Attila the Hun, gender bent.
Yep. Called it. Was I right on being a little girl?
No, I think it's just a regular anime girl.
Okay, all right.
But I am not sure. I'm actually gonna look it up right now. I am so sorry. You missed out. You get to choose, though. Do you want to watch Grand Order or Prototype?
Ooh, okay.
Prototype is shorter.
Wait, I have to watch the whole thing?
Well, you got to try.
Okay. Well, then, fuck that. Prototype. I'll do Prototype.
All right. Oh, man.
Damn you, Fate series, for being dumb and stupid. That's all I'll say.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Are we done? Are you done inflicting this on me?
Basically, yeah. Hold on. I have one more thing to show you.
Okay, all right.
I have such sights to show you.
Hey, Jesus wept.
Oh boy. He wept at these lists of truly awful historical representation. But I just wanted you to take a look and just give me your one-word reaction. This is Attila.
Oh my. All I can say is that you need to make this the thumbnail for this week's episode.
Okay, that's gonna be the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Oh God. Why does this have to happen?
Now, I can't see any similarities. How this would tie in to the historical figure of Attila the Hun. I don't even know what I'm looking at here, but I know that I feel uncomfortable.
There's got to be some kind of, maybe there's a pattern on her, what do you call that? Her hair cape?
Yeah, well, they're doing a Jotaro thing, right? Where it's unclear where her hairline turns in to her shawl.
Her cape.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or her micro bikini.
But she's wearing more or less a similar outfit to the microkini in Borat.
It's smaller than that.
Yeah, it's more revealing than that, if you can imagine that, dear listener.
Yeah. You picture that. We're gonna go.
We're gonna leave.
We've gotta go. I think that's been enough anime Death Spiral. For 1 week, maybe even 1 month, but we'll probably come back.
Next week. You can't keep me away from this microphone.
Next week, we're gonna try to get a couple of these like new summer series in, and we'll try to let you know if any of them, even one of them, are even worth tuning into. I don't know. We'll see. In the meantime, I don't know if you take any of these recommendations, but I gave you a hell of a good list earlier. I hope you enjoy anime. I don't even know, man.
It's best not to view it in those terms. That's all
Fate
I'll say.
is such an exhausting series. Even just talking about it makes me so sad and tired.
Well, it's like I can't even wrap my mind around the type of person that would be like super into this, right? I don't get the appeal. It's alien, it's foreign, it's unknown to me, and it makes me uncomfortable.
We've got to close it up. I can't do this. I can't do that anymore. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I inflicted this upon you, my best friends, and you dear, handsome, and beautiful listeners. So thank you for sitting down on the couch and talking horrible anime with us. Until next week, this has been spiraling out of control on the anime Death Spiral.
Stay sexy, my friends.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Succubi, obviously. Regular demon. Ghost. Mushroom girls. Zombie girls. Harpies. Slime girls.